आप विशेष आत्माओं का जमा करने का समय इस छोटे से जन्म के समय सारे कल्प में कोई समय नहीं, और आत्माओं का हिसाब अलग है। लेकिन आप श्रेष्ठ आत्माओं के लिए अब नहीं तो कब नहीं। समझा क्या करना है? इसमें बोले नहीं बनो। पुराने संस्कारों में बोले बनो। बाप दादा ने रिजल्ट देखी, कितनी बातों के रिजल्ट में क्षमा का खाता बहुत कम है। उसका विस्तार फिर सुनाएंगे।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 29. Siddhi Swaroop, embodiment of accomplishment, image of Trinetri, image of Mahavir. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. When I look at these slides, the colors are so beautiful, right? Pink and light blue and very beautiful colors. Once I was thinking, from where do we get colors? Where do we get colors? Anyone will tell? From the nature, right? Different flowers, different trees, and all the colors really are from the nature. Yes, we copy. We think we produce, but we copy, right? We go for the fall these days in certain areas. And beautiful, beautiful colors of the leaves. In Peace Village also, this time is very beautiful. Baba, yesterday in Vogue message and even today in Murli, is talking about accumulation. Yesterday Baba talked about stock. One is to think what we will not get for the body, for livelihood. Then we start stocking. Keep a lot of food. Right? But what Baba wants us to stock in sanskars. Peace, love, power, knowledge. Right? So how do we stock that? What is the way really? Like today Baba said, Baba is saying that accumulation is low. He said Baba will tell later on. So by the time we should reflect, right? We should churn on what is low, how quickly any situation uh, affects me. I lose my peace, I lose love, I lose power. And they're not really big situations. When real situations will come in the Lokik world, we will have to use a lot of tolerance, power to face, adjust to whatever the situations are. I remember once we were coming from London to New York, the flight cancelled, so we were at the airport for many hours. And of course, Baba's children always have food and toli, so that was okay. But in between, there was some fire alarm. So 2 hours we couldn't move. You have to be wherever you are. And then also after that, a lot of situations come. And what keeps you okay is your power of tolerance, right? One is tolerance in a physical way, other is tolerance internally. Okay, it happened. I always think, always something could happen with anyone, right? So I don't particularly say because of you, right? No. As much I give, get good vibrations so that soul can get help instead of looking at the sanskar of the soul, because then as soon as we look at the sanskar of the soul, I feel it's like thorn has pricked you now. So when a thorn goes prick you, you start limping, right? Then your own stage, your own thinking, your own everything get disturbed. And these days we have to be very careful. As Baba said, our karmic accounts are different than the Lokik people because we have been adopted by Baba, we are at confluence stage. So our calculation of karmic accounts are different. As Baba said, for us, we are trustees, so we have to use every moment, every second in a worthwhile way. So I think it is necessary for us to start thinking about how do I accumulate, what I accumulate, what I will need more. Because we accumulate, no, we stock things according to our need. And I think we should take it seriously, but not in a with pressure, but just check and pay attention during day. Because as soon as something happened or a situation or someone's state, we all start thinking, so how will it help? But if we all remain strong with Baba, it can quickly help that soul to pass that, uh, whether it's an obstacle or eclipse or whatever. So we don't lose because if one lost, right? If one is not happy because of any reason, why should we lose happiness? But it does happen. Right? So we are not able to save anything. So saving, Baba is saying, accumulation, stocking is very, very important. Because this is what really is the third eye, eye of knowledge, where I can see more in future than the present, whether it is a soul or whether it's a situation. There is farsightedness. And as Baba looks at everyone stage of completion, perfect state, I also have to do that. And as soon as you do that, you are able to help the soul to regain, to reclaim whatever had been lost. So I think it's a very, very important thing to now think about accumulation, because Baba has told us the future, right? There will be lot of situations which will be big situations. But again, the main effort of changing knowledge into awareness and have that power so that you can pass with honor. I always remind myself that, they have this game of snake and ladder, and the last one is the biggest snake, right? But then we are not supposed to be scared, right, of snake. If you are not scared, you are not. You won't be bitten. So power to face is important, and also, you know, victory and defeat, praise and reformation. I mean, these are just, even we know they are real, but they come as a test for us. They come because I haven't passed yet, right? Once you pass, they're no test for you. You stay in your self respect. So that one who does it will have realization. Otherwise, there won't be realization, so no transformation. So, of course, when we say I have to be image of Mahavir, really is thinking in front of us. Any brave one, but here generally they say Mahavir, great brave one, is for Hanuman. Any direction he got, he was able to accomplish it. to get the herb of life. How much there's a big scene on that. He couldn't find because devils didn't wanted it. So as soon as he will look at all the herbs, got lit like they look same. So he didn't know which one. So he said, let me carry the mountain. So he's flying with the whole mountain and let herbal doctor look at which one and use it as the life, herb life for Rama's brother, Desho Lakshman. And Lakshman actually means Laksha is aim and man is mind. Internally, sometimes our aim get fainted. And when it is fainted, then we lose the battle, right? You can't fight my anymore. When there is aim, then you are brave. Not only you fight, but you know that you will be victorious also. And this victory gives a beautiful smile on our face because we know ultimately victory is our birthright, success is our birthright. So Baba wants children to be Mahavir, whether it's the powers of awareness or any powers in which my personality could be royal, my personality should be of divine virtues, and very stable, unshakable, and consistent. So, of course, there is good percentage, but still, now might be bigger test, right? But there shouldn't be any fear. We know we will face it, we will win, and we definitely will become victorious. So, these are some of the points we all need to reflect, and morning time is very good. And Baba's power, Baba's hand of Shrimad, Baba's blessings are with us. Because if Baba wants to take us with him, he won't be left behind. But at least we have to walk with him. No? If we have to go with Baba, we have to walk with Baba. Stay close to Baba so Baba can take us, with him. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, everyone. So today is the Friday. We'll be having a story time in our Avyakti journey. But before that, we'll get our homework and we'll do drill. And before that, I would like to just go through tomorrow's schedule and some reminders of our programs. So let's see first schedule. So morning 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Amritvela. 6 a.m. meditation will start. Followed by Hindi Avek Murli. Mohini Didi will read. We'll have English and Telugu Tamil translation available. And tomorrow 11 to 12, 8 Spiritual Power series. I'll do more announcement afterwards. But there is a program also that also I'll do afterwards. And then children class is 2 to 3 p.m. Evening 6 p.m. meditation will start and followed by special silence party, followed by series, and tomorrow is Saturday, so we'll be having chit-chat, heart-to-heart chit-chat with Brother Eric and Didi. So now let's see the flyer of our first 8 powers. So tomorrow is our 5th episode. This is from 11 to 12. So please make sure all your friends and families are reminded about this tomorrow's program. Many people are taking a lot of benefit from it. So anyone who would like to join, please invite them. And followed by that, we have another public program. It's the Open for All special Diwali program. It's in Hindi. So that's tomorrow from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So just make sure that there are 2 Zoom IDs, okay? Because 8 Spiritual Powers has a different Zoom ID and this one is a different Zoom ID. It comes after one another, but there is English translation also available for this program. So please invite all your friends and families. Make sure that we don't miss anyone because this is the time when we can serve many souls. And Mohini Didi will be the main speaker. And the team has planned very nice programs. So make sure you bring your families and friends for this Zoom program. They don't have to drive. They don't have to come all the way in the center. It's a very comfortable program, right? So please also make sure that they do register. So that's how we can send them reminders, etc. So it's easy for follow-up. Thank you very much. And now I had announced before also that we will be having Avyakti Parivar Diwali celebration on 4th of November, which is Thursday. So we'll be having special bhog as well as we'll do the celebration, little celebration together. And just to, so here is the date, 4th of November. And many countries have planned their program, Diwali program on Sunday. So just make sure that's a different program than this. This is with the whole of Avyakti Parivar. And on 31st, many countries have planned for their own countries. That invitation you must have received from your center. Thank you. So now let's get our homework for today and we'll do the drill and then we'll do a story time. So welcome, dear Brother Deo.
Om Shanti to all the images of Trinetri. Om Shanti Didi. Today, really the key word is accumulation. We had to accumulate peace, love, power, knowledge. And in any situation, whether now or many things to come in the future, we should be able to use spiritual powers to go through them. And I really liked that what you said, that we have to remain strong and be with Baba. And it is that stage that can actually help whether someone in a situation or even ourselves, and not to be disturbed in that situation. And lastly, we have to be brave with an aim. When we have an aim, we can be brave and then we can be victorious. So tomorrow we're going to have this Siddhi of Mahavir, and we can really experience this aspect of being Mahavir. So let's see our drill for tomorrow. Siddhi's image of Mahavir. The drill: I, the soul, possesses the power to face with awareness of belonging to the godly clan. In this spiritual birth, I am on service every second. I am an image of Mahavir with one Rama and no one else in my heart. Now let's practice this drill for a few minutes. Om Shanti.
Image of Mahavir. I, the soul, possess the power to face with awareness of belonging to the godly clan. In this spiritual birth, I am on service every second. I am an image of Mahavir with one Rama and no one else in my heart. I, the soul, possess the power to face with awareness of belonging to the godly clan. In this spiritual birth, I am on service every second. I am an image of Mahavir with one Rama and no one else in my heart. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now is a story time. So just want to tell you that since past few weeks we had started this new Bhakti journey where we are sharing the stories of experience with Mohini Didi, something which can left us as our teaching from being with her. And you have heard in past few weeks that how much people had shared, and if you had have any story which you would like to share when you were with Mohini Didi and something must have gone deep inside of you and gave you that it must have brought some kind of awaken or some kind of light inside of you. So please do share this kind of stories with us and we can bring it to Friday evening. So now let's welcome to our Vyakti journey, Mohini Didi, the living light, exploring together the beauty and brilliance of the truth. So I'd like to invite our angel sister, Sister Wadi. Welcome.
Oops, on mute. It keeps going back to, all right. And Angel Bhumi, thank you very much for the welcome. Over to Brother Dev. I'm looking forward to exploring some of the ideas or the items that have come up in this evening's story. And once again, I doubt very much if Sister Mohini will remember it, because it's 1993, but I'll be curious. We know that it's part of her nature, and I'm looking forward to exploring this one with her. Hello, Devbhai.
Om Shanti, Sister Wadi.
Om Shanti.
Good evening. Happy Friday.
Thank you.
All right. Story goes like this. It was in 1993. After my second stay in Madhuban, I was returning to Mali, where I worked as a volunteer. But due to an airline strike, I had to stay in Delhi for 2 more weeks. During that time, the family accommodated me at the same center as Mohini Didi. Didi graciously took me under her wing. I spent a few days with her, visiting other centers and having lunch with important guests. As a young adult and baby Brahmin, I was quite shy and did not ask many questions. But I loved Didi's energy so much, royal, simple, friendly, protective. For instance, I loved Didi's energy so much, royal, simple, friendly, protective. I was like a sponge learning by osmosis. My attitude was slightly subservient though. For instance, before pouring myself some tea, I would offer some to Didi and all the sisters around her. I was too kind. Observing my personality, Didi reminded me of my self-respect. Moreover, having no employment prospects despite my university diploma, I felt very anxious. Didi's main advice was to learn to be here and now. Those moments and words have always stayed with me as landmarks even during the next 23 years I spent away from the Yagya. I came back on Avivek Babdada's Day, March 10th, 2021. I like to believe that Dadi Gulzar came to get me. I immediately started watching Avyakti Parivar broadcasts, rediscovered the Murli with delight, and returned to the center. I was welcomed like the prodigal son, which rekindled my sense of belonging. Professionally, I am now in a leadership role. I find Mohini Didi as a role model. Her daily teachings, the way the Yagya is managed, Baba's wonderful Murli, and Srimad are the very best management framework I could ever have imagined. Om Shanti, and thanks for everything, wonderful family.
I'm not sure you can ever be too kind. But anyway, dear Sister Mohini, Om Shanti, welcome. Thank you for joining us again. Camera, lights.
He's on our way.
She's on her way. Yeah. What was the main word struck you, Dev, while we were waiting? There we are. Om Shanti, Mohini.
Om Shanti,
How are
Om
you?
Shanti. Very good.
I'm sure you don't remember. Huh?
Trying to get, is it brother, sister, from where, and who?
The sister.
Well,
It's a sister.
A sister. But I find this very interesting because she's saying that her attitude was one of subservience. And you pointed that out to her, that she needed to have more self-worth in a sense. And, you know, I would think that many places that would be a little bit cultish, that they would try to make the followers subservient.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't happen here. And speaking with someone a little bit earlier, and I hope this isn't too long-winded, but I'd like you to make these distinctions for me, that sometimes values are connected with culture, right? Each culture has their own values, but virtues are not cultural, right? And so sometimes the value that is, like for instance, there was a situation here the other day and someone said to me, this person, they were both from Bharat, they said, this person is being respectful because that's what she was trained in being brought up. And I said, that's not true. This person's always respectful. So can you make these distinctions for me between cultural values and real virtues, when you know that somebody's not just giving you regard because you're the senior or you're elder or for some other reason, that it's coming from a really genuine place? What makes that distinction?
Yeah, quite an interesting question. No, I don't exactly remember what she's saying, in the sense of it's 23 years ago she's saying, it must be long ago. And, you know, one time I asked Mama that there are a lot of Lokik people, they have a lot of manners, they are sweet, they are very peaceful. And in Baba's children, even sometimes they don't have those qualities. So what is the difference between a virtue and a divine virtue?
Mm-hmm.
And Mama immediately said that if, let's say, quality of respect. Now, respect could be, we are taught as a etiquette, it could be manners, or it's from the heart. One time Chandramani Dadi said, something came up about respect. She said that could be also a etiquette or way, but then is it from the heart or not? So, you know, in the sense that this quality, subservient and self-respect. But as you said, like when I came in England first time, even I knew a lot about Western culture, and because in my Lokik family, we were connected with foreign affairs. So that means we were very much in contact with diplomats and all that. But, you know, what I found that, like, let's say, I think it's both ways, not necessarily comes from the family, but also it could be family. Like if I'm drinking a cup of tea, I always would like to offer someone, you know, or with Dadi Janki, she will say, why everyone has to make separate tea. So Jayanti Ben's mother will boil a big kettle of tea and then everyone at 4 o'clock. And not necessarily, tea is something you want of your taste, right? You don't want any tea. So everyone used to go get a pot, little one, and make their own tea. And Dadi, I don't know, Dadi didn't really appreciated that. So she said, not 4 o'clock, everyone has to come for tea. And then she will read some of the notes from the Murli she used to get from other one. You will remember that.
Yes.
So this was me. And then Dr. Nimla, there were a few others keep telling, you just make tea and drink. Otherwise, you will keep making tea whole day. But it doesn't bring any change in me because I still felt I cannot do that. If I am eating, if I am drinking something, I must offer. And that still I have. I don't know its value or habit. But even now, if I see anyone, have you eaten? If I'm eating, have you eaten? You know, it's so normal. And some people say, why you have to keep asking? Why? They don't care. They don't want. Why you have to ask? I said, I can't change it. I don't want to give up that because that gives me so much contentment and kind of feeling that everyone belongs to one family. We are all brothers and sisters. Why cannot offer to each other? But there are some people, they can sit, they can have their lunch, they don't care if anyone has eaten. And once I asked one, oh, so and so has eaten. Oh, I don't know. They have to take care of themselves. Of course, they will have to take care. I feel that this little nature of caring for each other is really a beautiful quality. And if it can be in everyone, I think it gives a good feeling. So now we have to see that is it has come from culture or it is because my personal value or there were certain things, of course, when you are brought up in a extended family, then you always have big cooking, big sharing. But I don't know, deep within, when you really care, you know, that kind of love is there, you will do things which I don't know if they are norms or they are culture, but it's basically coming from one's own heart, you know.
But what do you think this sister, and of course, you know, it's not a court of law, we can't go back and examine anything, but she's implying that that she was being too kind. And I can't imagine anybody ever being too kind. But maybe what struck you was that in her doing that, she was really begging for something. She was asking for something. What was it? And I'm curious that is there a particular behavior that you see in other people that you check them on because they may not even be aware they're doing it, and yet you feel that it takes away from the beauty of the soul or the dignity or the respect of the soul? I don't mean big things like them being angry and, you know, irritated, but something like that. You know, I used to feel from Daddy sometimes that she didn't, you know, she almost preferred you as long as you were being authentic and she was okay with it. But if she kind of felt that you were trying to get something, you know, then it would be almost like she would dismiss you. Is there any behavior that particularly catches your attention that you feel people need to deal with this for their progress?
Let's take the first part is that I had been telling people, not recently, but don't try to be too good. Now, why I say it? Because they suffer after that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was so good, but that person didn't respond to me. I at least expected something. You know, this sorrow which comes. Yeah. So I say, why you did more than what you could do? Just be normal. And, you know, if other person didn't do, you won't be hurt anyway. So I actually said to many people, when they say, I was so good, I say, remove the so, just be good. Remove, you know, like, so I think that sometimes we do it, maybe we expect something, certainly, and then there is sorrow, there is suffering, there is whole feeling of, I was not respected. But if you are doing something good, why should you suffer? So suffering is somewhere that subtle desire is there, which doesn't get fulfilled, and there is suffering. So I noticed that, but I have been telling many people, I don't remember recently, but do whatever you can do. Someone said, I really went all the way, out of way. I said, if you did it, you should be happy, no? Oh, but I at least thought that this person will acknowledge, at least will appreciate, at least will say thank you properly. But this one didn't respond properly. So I'm sad, no? But that's not right too. If I am doing something good, I should be content, I should be happy, not have this subtle thought. Yesterday, I was talking to Chandruben. She called. It was Thursday morning and she was about to eat breakfast. She said, I wanted to say hello to you. And so I was telling her that how everyone is so happy because you smile and you have kept your stage. And she said, why are you praising me so much? I said, oh, one thing I haven't done in my life is to praise people. But if it comes in my heart, I'm saying you. And really, that gave her so much comfort. And, it's just, I feel that at this time for her, as much love we can share, as much, not because I'm expecting her to give me love, but she called me out of love, which she does whenever she feels. She calls me. She must be listening, I think, even now, because she doesn't miss any evening. So, so I think what we have to do is do it from heart, honestly, not because it is culture, now because it's system. Like some of the things we adopt, but we don't do from heart. So any value I feel is a value when it's your value from your heart.
From the heart.
Yeah.
Now, the sister also said how she loved your energy, and she mentioned 4 qualities: royal, simple, friendly, protective.
Yeah, I'm writing. I think I'm counting on my fingers.
Were you born with those, or could you say that you really worked on this particular one? And I particularly would like to hear you speak about it. And it's a quality, I love all these qualities, but protective, not just in terms of the yajna, but of individuals. How does that manifest?
And I get in trouble for that, right?
Oh, really?
In the sense of, for me, it's a question of everyone's life, right? So I try to protect maybe from someone's sanskar, from some situations, and that soul hope doesn't have to go through. But then I say, well, everyone has to go through whatever, because Maya, they have to pass with honor. But, I feel kind of, helping spiritually. People those on a spiritual journey, I like to support them. And I want to see their life is not such that they feel they did so much or they spent so much time, but they didn't really make it anything. I feel everyone should feel that worthiness. Everyone should feel they attained something, they move forward. That's really deeply in my heart. So sometimes I do incognito, sometimes I do with my thoughts only, sometimes with the words. So, yeah, that definitely I noticed that I have that tendency or virtue, value, whatever you say.
Yeah.
But then how much you can, if they have karmic account. Everyone has to be strong, but at least this whole thing of, let's say, you remember one time we were telling Dadi that, whatever she is, she said, I wouldn't be this without all of you.
Right.
And then I realized, true, because it is both ways then. Love is both ways. She wants us to see what we are today. And we also knew what is her role. So a kind of relationship get formed where you share with each other the love, understanding, very subtly giving support. and Sakash, I think I feel very good about it. And as I said, there sometimes it's little, you have to be very incognito. But I think I do give protection of some kind.
Did you feel yourself growing into any of those qualities? A little bit like that you were born with a crown on your head, but of course you may not have had the qualities to go along with it, and then gradually they came too, or even say, and sometimes when someone's very royal, often they're not the friendliest, they're a little bit detached. And so did you feel that you grew into any of those things over the years?
I think it's sustaining those values.
Oh, okay, nice.
Because that is what I noticed, that it is very easy under pressure, under circumstances. People keep saying, why you have to do this? Why you have to do this? But I know this is what I am. So I try to sustain it, maybe in a different way. But just imagine you have to adjust with different souls and different age groups and different culture, whatever it is. But I do protect my values and I sustain them because I don't want to lose them, even if there is pressure, right? But
I like that.
Yeah. But
I like that very much.
Yeah, but if the time is changing, circumstances changing. But, I'm refining myself in many things. Like today, I shared earlier in Hindi that today, whole day, I was like, if few thoughts can do more work, why I need to think that much? And then sometimes you feel, this afternoon while eating dinner, we had November program finally. This one is calling finalize. You have to finalize this. There were 3-4 things same time. So one does it. But what I'm saying that I thought if we can use less intellect, less mind, keep the quality there, the Siddhi, and then you have to do less, no? Then at least we can accumulate something. Otherwise, we are using so much whole day. Then I remember, no, Baba is able to use Dadi Gulzar because she thinks very little. But doesn't mean she doesn't get her task accomplished. It's the nature, right? Whether I think too much, use intellect too much. And a time comes like with me in the evening, generally when Murli is revised, I always listen on Tuesdays, Thursdays, whenever. And like some days I say, no, I don't want to hear anything. I just want to be quiet. I just want to be in silence and then see that whatever few thoughts emerge, they all get done. And that's what I am trying to kind of practice, pay attention.
Yeah.
And, work more from this silent power than only using our mind and intellect.
That's what you said the other day, that even if we're not there physically, the angelic stage works, and that at the present time.
But this was like a deeper urge to have silence and a very quality thoughts, quality everything from the intellect.
And
because we have higher and higher, bigger and bigger tasks. So how do we increase those capacities, not getting too much involved, but still, help them or able to do that? That's what I'm paying attention to.
I'd be curious, like, when is it a decision for you? Like this sister was saying that she felt she'd evidently been away for some time. So I don't know.
23 years she had been away.
Yeah, and so I don't know how her stock is, but that's an interesting thing, and it's beautiful. Again, Baba's door is always open, and I think it takes a lot of courage for some souls to come back. But she was attributing it to Dadi Gulzar. Dadi Gulzar is, I guess, leaving the body, that she came to get her, to bring her back again. But what I was looking at was more along these lines of where you're not making a decision. And if I look now, I see where all these young ones are stepping up, and you're inviting them to step up. And so at what point do you know that the old ones are strong enough to manage by themselves, and you now have to, create that space for the young ones to come in, or does it just happen?
I think that it's different. I respect the old ones because they need to play their part. But unless we have younger people coming up, and so I feel, I tell many seniors, you could easily go up little bit from doing what you had been doing. With Dadi Janki taught me,
Yes.
when she came to Queens, and at that time I was the one used to make bread and cake, and so Dadi came, so it was fresh bread, and she said, "Who made?" So I remained quiet. So, because so someone says, Sister Mohini, oh, so you still have to do that. So I said, I love to do it because you were coming. But indirectly, what she was saying, not about Karma Yoga, but even other things, like here, I'm just giving example. We have at least 5-6 generations.
Yeah.
If this one is not there, other can do this one. I believe in that kind of thing, that one person doing everything. And when you are gone, then I always ask people, where is your heir? Where is your heir?
Right.
Oh, I am okay. I get enough help. I don't know, for Yagya, I feel looking at Dadis or looking at sometimes that leadership gap is there because we never thought that way. Like someone said, oh, Dadi Janki could have done this before she left. I'm just giving example, but sometimes we think maybe somewhere it is not right or whatever the reason. So I always see that gap, jokingly I ask brothers also, but who will sign this when you are not there? So taking along people is a way really where you can leave your Baba's task done in a very appropriate way. But if we don't, like we tell people, if you don't write the will, a lot of complication after, right? Some people think, no, I don't want to do it while I am alive, but they need to do. And actually, Ramesh Bhai used to say, it's also good to give whomsoever you want to give. Why you think that after you leave, maybe keep something.
Yeah.
So same is not only money, but it's your skill, your task. Everyone, there should be enough people who can later on, you can say, they will take care.
Yeah.
They will take care. No, this is what Brahma Baba did. He handed over to Dadi Prakash Mani and then Dadi Prakash Mani. But at some stage, it got little lost. And I don't know, when I see that gap, I keep in mind everything what I am doing, there should be someone who should be able to do. So I have delegated, but still I'm consulted. And that is why when I was given new role, I said I just came out of one and now I am given. But I'm still trying to see it's more on the spiritual level that those things can be done. And let those who are doing, let them do what they're doing. It's not I'm going to do all that. So there is this whole understanding of, air souls to be born. Air souls will take care of yagya. There can be many who can do service, programs. But the main yagya has to be taken care of properly. And for that, you need air souls and you need to give them company, make them understand so that they do it truly and honestly, Papa's task.
So it's 8:31.
Yeah.
So to be continued. We have the other thing she mentioned was about being here now, but maybe we can talk about that at another time. Hello, Dev.
It's a beautiful conversation. Really, so many things emerged. I think two things, if I had to take away, don't try to be too good, but just be normal. And also, if we really deeply care from our heart, then it's a good value to actually to care. So then virtues will naturally emerge. It won't be really cultural or anything, but it really is coming from the heart. So that's really very beautiful.
Yeah, for me too, that was great.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And also the other point that I like very much, that it's about sustaining the values that you have. Yeah. Even
Thank
just
you.
growing them, but sustaining them. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sister Mohini.
Thank you.
No,
Thanks, Deb.
it lovely makes you think about what even I am. So it's very good to revalue the value.
Imagine they only gave her 4 qualities, Deb. Can you imagine?
We have to reevaluate our values again.
No, that's because we had a limit in how much they can write. So she stuck to the 4 qualities.
Okay.
Shanti.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much to our Didi, Sister Vardi, and Brother Dev. It was wonderful chit chat and story, definitely. And we are very happy for the sister who is back with us, and especially after Dadi Gulzarji's invocation, she must have invoked her, and also Vikti Parivar. So welcome to our dear sister. And now let's remember Baba.
Shanti. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.